What's going on, man? Back at y'all with a brand new video, man. I have a review for y'all. It's long overdue. I was looking and I'm surprised I didn't make a video when the shoe came out, but I was just so happy to have them. And today we're gonna be taking a look at the reimagined Jordan 5. I believe this is the Dawn colorway. But just getting straight into the shoe, man. It's a dope colorway. I'm gonna first start off showing off the box. We're gonna take a look at the shoes once again, looking at the all the details that they added to it, and also I'm gonna be doing a comparison to the Fire Red 3 that came out in 2020. So with that being said, if you're new to my page, thank you for giving this video a look just to see what I'm talking about. Follow me on social media on Instagram, TikTok. I'll leave the links down in the description down below. But with that being said, let's get into it. First, taking a look at the box, the most obvious detail on it is the IAM all over the box. As you can see, the small printed detail on there. I think this is a nice touch. Well, actually, it's not even the AM, it's A's all over the box, but it obviously stands for reimagined. I always appreciate a dope box and details going into it. It makes it a lot more, it makes it a lot easier to be wanting to keep the box compared to some people who might want to put it in a drop front case. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your shoe. Either option is available. And sometimes, for me, myself personally, I keep most of my special boxes and I'll put the shoes in a drop front case if it's just a plain Jordan box. But this was definitely a must keep box for me in my opinion. And I still do want the dust pair. Like, unfortunately with these I hit on the raffle, but the dust pair I didn't. So it's just a shoe on my list at the moment for something I eventually want to get, but definitely a dope pair. And these are available as well. I just recently seen that Millennium Shoes out here in LA, they have them in store and they have them online. They're actually having a sale right now, but I believe the biggest size they have is like a 8 in women's, so that's like a 6.5. With any women's shoe, it's always going to be a half size up compared, a size and a half up if you're going from men's sizes or grade school sizes. So kids, anything from a 3 to a 7. If you get something in a women's shoe, it's a size and a half up in women's, and that'll help you a lot too when you go and get a women's shoe, because a lot of times with the women exclusive releases, they do be a lot doper than the men's pairs, but it's just hit or miss. Like if you decide to go for a shoe that you've never tried on, just expect the shoe to be at least a size and a half up. And a lot of times the women's shoes are a little more snug too, so you might have to go exactly 2 sizes up. But I would just play it safe with the size and a half and just maybe wear thin socks with the shoe. But with that being said, let's get into it. Sorry, I'm like rambling a little bit. So looking at the print on the tag, it's Women Jordan 5 SP. The color code on the shoe is Photon Dust Black. This is a 13.5 because my natural men's size is a size 12. And it was a pretty easy release as far as like being able to secure the release. I was peeping the shoes. I was going to say they first dropped images in the summer of last year, and then they did the raffle around November. So I was able to pick up my shoe in a decent amount of time. I know they had a lot of delays going on with these, but definitely a dope pickup. Like, I wouldn't mind doing a double up on these at all, because I'm sure you probably won't see a restock of this shoe anytime soon. But looking at the details going into the shoe, the first thing that immediately popped off was the blue hits to me. Seeing those blue shark teeth on the midsole, and then the blue embroidered 23 and the Nike Air on the back. The 23 is something that's been lacking in the Jordan 5s, and I think that would make them a way better selling shoe. When we got the metallic black OG Jordan 5s in 2016, those didn't have it. The Fire Red 5s don't have it. So whenever they release the black Fire Red 5s, which I'm not sure if they're gonna do a reimagine or anything like that, Jordan Brand, please make sure you put the 23 on it. And one thing I think they should stick to as well, that I really like and appreciate that they did with this shoe, was they made it embroidered. Like, it's a lot thicker on here. Like, obviously this one is sewn in. It's really stiff and things like that. So it's like it's on there. Like, we appreciate the Nike Air, but just the extra detail work that they went in on the Nike Air for this shoe, like, you can literally see the thickness layer popping off the leather compared to how this one is like printed on there. So it's more like you can tell the craftsmanship a lot more on this pair. With I would say the 23 is more like the 2020s Nike Air on the back. But just having that 23 on it and then the Nike Air actually popping up off the shoe was such a dope detail to me. And they did the same thing with the insole as well. With the Nike Air on it, like you can literally see it embroidered on the back of the insole. Like that attention to detail made this shoe so much more worth of a cop, in my opinion. They also went with a nubuck upper on this shoe, which, I mean, in my opinion, it made it a lot harder to clean. Like, I've worn this shoe 2 times already, and I got like some scuffs on here, and it's like I don't want to clean it too much or like add soap and water because I don't want it to like fade or anything like that. But overall, like, not the most, like, okay, so I appreciate the fact that they took off this extra padding that's on the I want to say like the collar, like around the top of your ankle, and they made it a lot flatter on this shoe. Like if they were to make the Fire Red 5s, which I think that should be the next reimagined Jordan, or just in like the next Jordan 5 OG that they come out with, should definitely be that. I think that they should go, it's weird because I want them to do the flat padding on the side here, but I want the thicker padding on the inside because it's a lot more comfortable with the inside padding compared, like, it's like this shoe is comfortable on the inside but bulky on the outside, and this comfortable is like perfect on the outside but it's not as comfortable on the inside. So it's like you kind of walk unnaturally bow-legged, or like maybe it's just the shoe overall because it's a women's shoe and it's a little more sleek. It just makes you feel it makes you feel like you're walking differently in this shoe compared to the Fire Red 5s. But for anybody that has a couple pair of 5s and you happen to have this pair, let me know what you think about that too. Like, are the Jordan 5s a comfortable shoe? Because I personally like them. Like, I could go a day in these, but I couldn't go a day in a pair of Jordan 4s before the Bread 4s that just came out. Like, that's the most comfortable Jordan I have, like, no question. But the other Jordan 4s that I have, like, I'm probably getting maybe like 4 or 5 hours max in those, and I gotta put something else on. But definitely a dope shoe. Another added detail they put on there was the A on the front to show this is the collaboration with reimagined. As well as on the sock liner, they put the A's all over inside the tongue and on the padding inside as well to match the box, which was you can really tell they went all out with this shoe when it came to the details that go along with it. And then having the reimagined on this tongue with the Michael Jordan I'm assuming that's Michael Jordan's signature. Yeah, but Michael Jordan's signature on the opposite shoe. Just a great attention to detail that they went on this shoe. Like, it's literally perfect. And then with the black pair being black and purple, they just stand out so much. Like, I just appreciate that with the Jordan 5 so much. I will argue that the Jordan 5 might be my favorite looking Jordan, but my favorite Jordan is the Jordan 4. Like, I mean, if I had to pick between 4s and 5s, I'm gonna go with the 4s. But depending on the shoe, like that ugly ass green Jordan 4 that came out last year that I posted on TikTok, and there's still people to this day talking about I have no style and all this other stuff. Like, you didn't design the shoe, you didn't make the shoe, and it's my personal choice. So you're welcome to say what you want, but that doesn't make that shoe any less ugly. And I'm personally not gonna get that shoe. I don't care if that shoe, unless I got that shoe for free, I'm not putting money into that shoe because it's ugly. It's a very ugly shoe. But I'm done talking about that shoe. If you want to see what people are saying, look at TikTok, because that's my most viewed video, my most commented video. And at this point, every time I get a comment on TikTok, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be about that video because of how people feel about me saying what I said about that shoe. But that is what it is. That shoe is gone. It's out the store. I don't gotta see that shoe when I go in stores anymore. Thank God. Yeah, but let's get back to the shoe comparison. So, like I said before with these shoes, the most obvious thing was the blue and the red differences. Also the 23 on the size, which is obviously missing on this shoe. When they dropped the black tongue Jordan 5 Fire Red, which is the better pair in literally my opinion, and I would assume majority sneakerheads opinion, please make sure the 23 is on there. Like, do not make it a women's shoe. Make it a all sizes, grade school, preschool, kids, men's, natural fitting, men's sizing shoe. We want that shoe, men's sizing, 23 on the heel, a sleek design. I would say a sleek design in the insole, Like, I know Jordans were originally meant to be a basketball shoe, but they're more for lifestyle now. They're trying to bring the basketball back, and that personally is what ruined the Jordan 11 to me. But do not do that to the Jordan 5. Like, it's already a bulky shoe. Let us like, y'all listen to us when it came to the Jordan 4. We can do the same thing with the 5. But looking at the other details on it, they added the age look on there off the rip. You see my Jordan 5s are starting to slowly get it. Like, my outsole is starting to get a little darker. Eventually that'll be this tone, but I'll probably just oxidize it so it doesn't get to that point. Overall appearances, like, the tongue is a lot thicker on this pair, and I like as well, they didn't go over the tongue with the sock liner, which is something I hate to see on Jordans. And, well, I would say specifically Jordans. I don't really care about it on other shoes, but it's always a nice touch to have the sock liner staying behind the actual tongue, so you can actually, like, see the detail that went into it, compared to how this one is overlapping the tongue, where it looks a little more like, it looks a little like the craftsmanship was poor, in my opinion, when it comes to the tongue going over like that. But that's just me, like, being a perfectionist. Like, even with the Jordan 4, like, when I saw how that Nike Air was slightly to the left because they oversized the swoosh, like, it wasn't linear with the middle of the shoe, that almost made me take my Jordan 4s back. I mean, fortunately, I added white outlines on my Jordan 4, so it made it look dope to me, and it made me forget about the Nike Air. But I'm so glad they fixed that on the leather breads, so then I could have a pair of breads that are just natural breads, and then I got my pair with the white outline on it. That makes it look a little more OG. But overall, with that being said, sorry I extended this video a little longer, but I mean, it's long overdue anyway, so y'all ain't tripping. And if you got to this point, I appreciate you watching my content. Let me know what you think of the Jordan 5 a ma manières in the comments down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out.